Today we're coming to you from Seattle, Washington.
From Bryan, Texas.
From Arkansas.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
From Ackworth, Georgia.
To the West Coast, where I saw the Pacific Ocean for the first time.
From Mermaid Park in northern Philadelphia. From Amarillo, Texas, and heading over to Norman, Oklahoma for a show tonight. From New Orleans, Louisiana. This week we made our very first international step on this journey.
We got to experience a lot of incredible places in Ontario.
Hey guys, today we're coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee.
Step right up, folks, step right up. Have we got a show for you? Yeah. Representing the 305 and the 615. Shout out to all my Latinos. My crystal ball tells me I'm a juggling man, here to juggle in stereo. And feast your eyes, and surprise keeps a growing. If I keep a flowing, the spoke keeps a rowing.
Make your list if you can resist. Put your head in a twist. Come on out to Playville.
Outside July, slip slide from Miami to Nashville. Dynacut, dynamite. Blast and blast in this fortress. Roll the dice and walk on a ride. This fortress, only you can knock off the cold weather. This fortress, roll the dice and walk on a ride. This fortress, only you can knock off the cold weather. Who you wanna be is a reachable, teachable entity. Why say you're old? Why not control times that you hold yourself to be a bolder self?
Stand where the moonlight hits you. Become the tidal wave.
Your cards tell all. Stand tall, TG, pigeon celestial. Tick, 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 boom.
If I wasn't on the road with music, I would be trying my hardest to get on the road with music. Because that's what I was itching for at the very end with my last band.
Well, I grew up, I was born in Nashville, and but I was raised just south in Franklin.
And I grew up in Miami, Florida. I was born in Peru. And Miami, Florida is a melting pot of a lot of Central and South America. So the Hispanic culture is very populated down there. And I like to have some of the Spanish flavor in my music. But when I was a teenager, I got into punk rock. So our music is heavily driven by punk rock, but it's not punk rock. My past projects from before this have helped with this project because now I kind of know what not to do, and it's helped me with my last band, Radar vs. Wolf. We actually pursued the industry, and we actually got into the industry and experienced it firsthand. And as many artists do, I strayed away from the industry because I just didn't like how they were doing us, the industry. So I was the stereotypical artist that could not be molded, and I decided to just do things myself. And it did help me realize that that's what I wanted to do. This is where I belong, and this is where my calling is. Just writing for the fun of it, for the love of it, instead of for money.
You wanna make it in this industry, so listen up. We hold all your creativity to fit this cup.
Mr. Industry, yes, that is a song about doing it for the love of it. And I completely forgot, like in my punk rock days, that's what it was about. And I really respect the punk culture for that. So I decided to just feel out my roots again and just go for music with the love and the passion of an artist.
River flows like blood in my veins.
We just recently decided to quit our day jobs and go full-time with music.
We've played 3 or 4 times with TGTG, and we saw what they were doing, and it definitely helped us to know that we could do the same thing. We've had some good conversations with them and how they book shows and stuff, and it's been very helpful. We love doing it though. We're starting a new record next month too, which we'll do ourselves as well. But it's definitely a full day's job. So,
Yeah. But it is great to be able to focus fully on that and not have a separate 40-hour-a-week job that is taking away so much time, and we're coming in and being dead. Like, this has been so invigorating the past month to be able to just focus on the music, and I think it's going to be great moving forward.
But until then,
Okay, are you even real? Do you think that maybe we could be lovers once in a while?
But it started as a solo project where I just got in my caravan and I just wanted to tour. And all I wanted to do was tour for like a month. And I was just going to do my little 1 month and my little demo just to say I did it. I honestly didn't have a big plan because I didn't know how to even do that. And I just wanted to know that I just did it for a month and I did my dream and I took a chance. It was practically overnight that the band went from solo project to band. And literally everything just kept coming. So at the beginning, it was really no record label involved, and there wasn't even a target. I didn't even understand that concept. I didn't understand the music business from the standpoint of getting record labels. And honestly, we were in the punk rock world, so that was kind of not even that cool. You had to have a really cool label, right? So I wasn't really primarily thinking label at the beginning at all. I was really just thinking, I want to do an album that I'm proud of and have toured on it for at least a month so I can tell my grandkids I did that. I did an unsustainable version of touring. I think my moral code was all about freedom. And my moral code was just like freedom comes first, liberation comes first. So it's liberation from where I was, the scenes I was in. It was just go, 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 go. And we did put together a really hardcore team of incredibly hard workers. And it was stunning that we all survived that long doing that much stuff. But it was a relentless drive towards something I didn't even understand.
Checking the microphone. I'm just a microphone checker. Mic check 1 2. Mama.
We find time to write songs while constantly traveling by the way we travel. Our system of traveling is not your typical tour that a band does where they play night after night, city after city, and they're driving 8 hours a night. Our life is more of a nomadic style, so our drives are kept under 4 hours, so we're not killing ourselves on drives. And then when we get to the city, we stay in the city for 2 to 3 days, depending if we know somebody, like if there's family there, we'll stay for a week or a little bit longer. And we'll explore, we'll do all the sightseeing, the hikes, the tubing on rivers and stuff like that. So we have time to just chill out in the city and take the acoustic guitar out, go to a park, and just noodle around until something comes out and a song gets written.
One of the things a few of the things that we've seen on the road that we wouldn't have expected to see. A moose is definitely one of them. We saw a moose in Alaska. We saw peacocks in Alaska too, which was really unexpected.
We were in Alaska for the summer solstice, so we also didn't see the sun go completely down,
which was really, really cool.
Yeah, there was like a few hours where the sun was like at dusk level, but it never got dark. And
then it just comes back up.
So after one of our shows, we're driving back to the place that we're staying at, and it's 2:30 a.m. and we pass by Carl's Jr. and we grab the food to go because you can't go in. It's 2:30 a.m. and there's a park that's open, and we're like, let's just have a picnic at 2:30 a.m. because the sun's still out. Check it out, it's our Alaskan hat.
Nice.
Our friend who hosted our stay in Alaska gave this to us as a souvenir. Do we mind not having alone time because we're cramped in the car together? Well, this is where the system of us staying in a city for a few days helps, because our car is now our home. So whenever we get to the city, I can go and roam around. Like I like to skateboard. I like to just be outdoors a lot. So like I'll go to a skate park or something. She'll stay in the car, read a book. Sometimes I'll stay in the car and she'll go into like a Barnes and Nobles or something, you know, while I just have my alone time. And I don't know, we just find time to just chill out on our own. We'll take naps in the car, you know. I have more morning energy. She has more night energy. So like if we're parked in a Walmart parking lot and I wake up like at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. and she's still asleep, I'll go outside with the guitar, you know, just noodle around until she wakes up. When she wakes up, we'll go grab breakfast.
I think I don't know. I think we've adjusted. We've like kind of learned. We know each other well enough now that we know when like the other person, like I'm more introverted and I need more alone time in general. And yeah, I think he can normally tell like, oh, like you seem kind of like stressed out or something. Like you just stay in, you know, you can just stay in the car, go do whatever, and I'll, you know, do this. And
I'm the social guy.
Yeah,
I like to hang out. I like to ramble. I'll go and hang out with everybody after a show, and she'll just hang out in the car, you know, take it easy. And we both can respect that about each other.
Yeah.
And I think the yin and yang, as most couples have found, is a very functional thing to have. The biggest advantages to living in a car versus a stationary home is the bills. Very light on the bills.
It's mostly really inexpensive, I would say,
Yeah.
which allows us to do all the traveling that we do.
My favorite thing about living in a car versus a home is that we don't get phone calls from Comcast.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with living in a car is not having a kitchen or a stationary bed, but we are planning on upgrading our vehicle to something big enough to have a kitchen and a stationary bed. But I guess even with that, the biggest problem versus a home, maybe the temperature. You know, we have to just deal with how the weather is. So if it's cold, then maybe we have to turn on the car to keep the heater on, or turn on the car to cool it down if it's too hot outside.
One way that we try to stay healthy whilst living in the car, we have Planet Fitness memberships. And so we can not only like we can go to gyms all around the country and work out, but it also means that we have showers all over the country. That is a huge thing when you're nomadic and you don't have your own bathroom. Being able to have access to showers is really good. So that's one thing.
So Planet Fitness is a gym. For people that don't know. And they have them all around the country. Mm-hmm. So we get to have a shower and work out. And everything has its place, because if not, you lose stuff.
An unexpected repair that we had to make to our car was 2 summers ago. Our air conditioning went out, and that apparently with Honda CRVs, that's a common thing. Like the air compressor just, I don't know, died.
I think just cars in general.
I
think just cars in general, the air compressor messes up. But fortunately, we're with CarMax, and they'll fix things as long as you're under warranty. And we were at, I think, 125 miles, 1,000 miles.
We were at 124 600 like
1,000 miles, and my warranty was good for 125,000 miles.
So
we were just
under.
there right when the AC messed up, and we went in and we're like, "Can we fix this?" They're like, "Oh, let me see." So instead of paying $2,000 for a fix like that, we paid like 200, 400 or something like that.
You're really fortunate.
The best advice I can give a person that would be considering a nomadic lifestyle is to plan your life. This life did not just happen overnight. It happened through struggling of being in a spot where you don't feel like you belong and wanting to switch over to the nomadic life, and just knowing, okay, I have to make this happen and I have to make this last. So what do I have to do? Let me put, instead of 8 hours a day into a job that I don't really care about, let me put 8 hours a day into planning this life. So sit down, get a notepad, put everything that you want to do, like put the big goals, put the small goals, and put like all the steps that you need to do to accomplish those goals. And once you get your arsenal of stuff that you need for the life that you want to switch over to, then you do the switch and just hope for the best. I'm a firm believer that as long as you put your work in, you can make anything happen. So
I would say really value relationships over any accomplishments. Value the relationships over the number of gigs. Value relationships over the number of people in the room. Value your health over accomplishments. I would say all of those things.
If there was somebody that was wanting to approach the nomadic lifestyle and they have someone they're wanting to approach that lifestyle with, like they have a partner or a friend, or that they want to do it together, I would definitely suggest work on your communication skills with each other. Because when you're in a car together all the time, there's going to be, little tiffs and arguments that come about, and you're together, so you're going to have to figure out how to navigate through that. So I think communication skills is a very
communication and respect.
Yeah.
You have to respect the person you're with, even when you get into those little arguments. Respect has to be there. You can't be yelling at each other, or it just gets crazy, because we're all human. We can all get crazy. We can all get angry. We can all yell at each other. But if this is the person you chose to live your life with, then that's all you got. So might as well make it happy, right?